Welcome to Ramblin Egg, where we discuss all things Mad Cow Ramble and beyond. I'm your host, Craig Carroll. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Last Sunday, epic goodness, epic fatty goodness, I might say. We were happy to be back at Poor Farmers RV. Big thanks to Mike for letting us race again. Winter has taken a vacation, and luckily we've had a few venues where we could have races. A lot of fat bike races were canceled this year. So we're very happy we got a good race in. I was just blown away by the turnout. 34 racers, really 35 if you count Chris Kane escorting his 7-year-old daughter, Johanna, which was awesome. Diverse group of racers, which is what we are looking for. 7-year-old to 65. That was the demographic. We had newcomers, a lot of newbies out there. Thank you for coming. Let's just say it was rather blustery out there. I think wind gusts were 25 to 35 miles an hour at times. It was a tough decision on what course to come up with. I like mixing things up so things aren't always the same. We usually do a 2.5, actually a little bit less than that, 2.2 mile loop. A lot of turns, a lot of accelerations. So I came up with a 1.2 mile loop. A lot of tailwind at the beginning. Then we had 1.3 mile chunk of wind. First part was on a 2-track grass and then pavement, which was downhill. It didn't feel like downhill because you were right in the wind, had a nice southwest crosswind. We lined up. Big Tim counted us down as always. 5, 4, 3, start your Garmins, 2, 1, hit it. I love that. What is funny is how many people don't hit their Garmins after Big Tim says, start your Garmins. Had a few people not having their total miles saying, I should have done that when Tim said that. Yep, just this is how it goes. We've all done it. Next time. The race started. I got up to speed quickly. Before you know it, we're done with the first lap. The wind was tough, but at that time I felt pretty good. Felt optimistic about my day despite being sick. We ticked off a couple more laps. Bozu, a.k.a. Wattzilla, put in some nice accelerations. Then he kind of dropped back, and I rode by myself for like 8 or 9 laps. I was in a nice groove. I didn't look behind me. I was just kind of like, well, if Bozu's going to come back, he's going to come back. He hung about 10 seconds behind me, and that's what he does. He's a strong man. Didn't want any help. Wants to just ride out there in the wind and suffer. About 10th lap, Doug Sellers, Rick Toller came up to me. At that time, I was feeling okay. The lights weren't going out, but I didn't feel myself. Normally, I can just go, and that's the hard part when you're not 100%. The mind's willing, the body's saying, no way. So those guys came up. Bozu later joined us, and we had a nice four-man group. And with 3 or 4 laps to go, I want to say 4, we finished the 2-track grass section, turned left on the road. Bozu put in a serious attack, put everybody in the gutter, and I was 4th wheel, and that gap opened up, and I just didn't have it. The body just was not cooperating, and at the same time, it was, man, that's awful early. Can he hold that? And Doug and I put in a lot of work. The gap was 15 seconds for a long time, and then 1 lap to go, 2 laps to go, I think he opened up 30-second gap, and it was over. I remember coming off the 2-track looking, I was like, oh, it's over. Doug kind of laughed at me, and I just said, hey, guys, I'll pull you all the way through the 2-track and then lead you out, and you guys fight out 2nd and 3rd. Rick took the sprint for 2nd. Doug well in 3rd. Lots of work there. Good job, guys. I rolled in 4th. We awaited everyone else, which was crazy, the fact that I could even do results. Many don't know. I don't have computer timing. I do a lot of this looking at Strava and videotaping the finish. Luckily, I knew a lot of people, and it worked out. So we had pretty good results. No one wanted their money back, even though it's free. Just kidding. The stories I heard were epic. I love seeing the groups and the fist bumps when they finished the line. People were really proud to finish that race. Some didn't do all the 24 laps. That's okay. You know, the fact that everyone was out there on a crappy day made everything worth it. So proud of everybody. Post-race analysis with Wadzilla.
Well, how many watts do you think you were doing when you pulled the attack to win?
1,340.
It was pretty big. You were digging.
Probably in
You
the
said bye-bye, lard ass.
400, 450 range, maybe 5. Yeah.
Wadzilla. He held us off very well. Very impressive. Not going to lie, I'm still stinging from that. Saw the move coming, but that's bike racing. We need power meters, though. I'd love to see the data, especially on that move, because he sustained that for multiple laps to keep us away, and he was digging. You could see the work. And that's one thing on these fat bikes. It makes you work. So kudos to you, Wadzilla. Happy birthday, buddy. Caught up with Big Tim, post-race Mexican. Let's hear what he had to say.
Yeah, I just didn't try to catch back on and overreach as soon as the heart rate started coming up, but it's eased off.
Yeah.
Caught somebody to ride behind. I had to ride behind them for about 3-4 laps without doing a pull to get back to where I could start pulling, and then we just started swapping pulls. Caught John, that made it easier because just me and one guy, and then caught John, that made 3.
Caught up with Buzz, post-race Mexican, 6th place on the day. Let's hear what he had to say.
It was like there were races within the race.
That was a lot of work
Keeping up with Josh and David Cox. I was very happy with myself doing that.
Yeah?
Really am.
Good stuff. One thing I love are the stories within the race. Everyone has a story, and that's what makes these cool. Yeah, you've got people that win. It's the people in the back. It's the people that have only been able to ride once in 2 weeks. You know, you don't think about that. You don't think about the person that shows up sick. You know, I was sick. You know, a couple weeks ago, Doug Sellers was sick. You just don't know how those things go, how they affect different people. And David Benner was in South America, just jumped back on the bike. He showed up, did a great race. 70-year-old Johanna Kane, her first race ever. Big props to our teammate Chris, her dad, for bringing her out. 12-year-old Philip. That boy never says quit. Same thing with his dad. Great job, Josh. Stories within stories. Jeff Richards, unfortunately, saddle came down. I wonder what happened to him. You know, all this stuff you kind of learn. So all in all, it was a great day. I'd like to say a big thank you to Jeff Schultz, who gave up his race to film and take pictures. And if you watch the video on YouTube, he would be sprinting on his mountain bike to get those camera angles, which are awesome. So big thanks to Jeff. Anna, thank you for the finish line videos and the cheers. Thank you to everybody once again. We had a blast. That leaves Sunday. Sunday. Happy to be at Timba. Mad Cow Fat Bike Race number 3. We've been fortunate to get all these races in. Many have cried, there's no snow. I don't want to ride because there's no snow. Well, you got to suck it up, and that's what we've done. We always like to change things up to get stuff in. Been proud to have a great race series once again this winter. I'm super stoked to be at Timba, though. Low Saturday night, 23 degrees, crisp trails. We're going to start at 7:45. I want to go minimum of an hour and a half to 2 hours. Make it an enduro event while we have that frozen single track. Bring your best. I'm pumped. Chris Kane will be there. He won't be with his daughter, so watch out, folks. He is ready to race. Be there or be square. Okay, it's only February, but we're looking ahead. Every year I like to mix things up. A few things in the noggin. Memorial Day, we will be back at Liberty for a fat bike gravel race. July 4th, none of us are working, so I am plotting, plotting a July 4th 100K epic fatty gravel race. Buzz and Joshium have confirmed they will race. 3 makes it a team. Hopefully we'll have more. Location to be determined. It will not be Chillicothe. Might be near Chillicothe. Could be on the other side of Columbus. It's a holiday. we need something epic. It's going to be a great, great last test of the fitness for Buzz and I as we tackle Grusk the next week. Of course, the Timba 4 Hour will be back for another year in September. Next winter, we need snow. When we do have it, by request, a winter 4-hour race. Sounds crazy, but we are going to do it. So I was hoping to do it this year, and it just didn't happen with the snow. So that'll be delayed. Something to look forward to next winter, folks. Another thing in my head is I want to have fat bike hour record. And I'm going to do age groups. And the age groups are single year. So if somebody's your same age, you have to battle them. Something to do. Painful, I know, but it'll be great. Some fun. So stay tuned for that. Yes, you can have aero bars. You can have skin suit. You can have time trial helmet. Rung what you brung, folks. Going to be fun. Going to be a great year. Let's get through Sunday. The next week, Florida training camp. I am pumped. I'm just pumped all together because I feel better. It's not fun when you're sick, folks. But if you do feel bad, hit that trainer. Sweating out the demons really helps. It's helped me this week. I know I said that earlier, but can't stress that enough. Be healthy. Hydrate. Train hard, everybody. Keep it up. Hope to see you Sunday. And that wraps up this edition of Ramblin Egg. Keep the rubber side down. Have fun. Don't be a blank. And ramble on.